Well, howdy, Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Good morning, and welcome to this. It is Monday. As I'm recording this, I am shakier than normal. My sincere apologies. I have been trying to work out a schedule for my ADHD meds, and today, for the first time, I just took the full 20 straight up. Full day's dosage. Now, I did want to talk about the ADHD meds and a couple of things because, as I mentioned like yesterday and probably the day before and such, I started getting headaches. And I've talked to people who have taken them, and they said for the first couple of weeks that had happened and then they fade. But I have had high blood pressure in the past. So, last night, like I had done prior, I walked to Walmart to get a blood pressure monitor. So I did that. And I have myself, it's, one of the cheaper models, but it's a blood pressure monitor. Put that on my arm, press the button, and then wait to see what it was. I used to weigh a lot. And in fact, just after my wife died, because of what I was doing to help adapt to her passing, I drank for 4 months. I was already like 280 pounds, but I retained enough fluid that my weight went up to 325. I lost half my body mass when I got sick, literally half my body mass. I went from 325 pounds to 160 in a month and a half, not healthy. But ever since then, my blood pressure has been low, like 110/60. And even over the years, as my weight has slowly come back up, I've come off methadone and such, so my blood pressure has been staying low. Last night, I got that, checked my blood pressure. It was late, toward the end of the night, so fine. But this morning I took my blood pressure, and it was like 130 something over like 74. Or 140 over 74, something like that. The upper number, the systolic, as long as it's not too high, too wide of a gap between the upper and lower number, you're fine. You're fine. So it's climbed a bit. I took the full 20 milligrams at 6 o'clock. It's an hour later, so from 7 o'clock and onward, I figure it's fully in effect. I don't know how long methylphenidate hydrochloride takes to peak inside of your body, but I'm not quite sure of the exact half-lifing, but 6 hours later, it's all gone out of your system. So if I take it at 6 and it peaks at 7, so 6 hours after that, 1 o'clock. So an hour before it fades, I'm going to be taking another 10. And then an hour after that, I'm going to take another 10 again, because I don't want that 20 milligrams fades away and goes, because that's violent and horrible and mentally traumatic and just the worst. As I feel part of my soul being ripped out of my body because I can't concentrate and focus like normal people. Having it taper off is bad enough. I described it as, tapering off as you go in, they give you meds, they keep you calm, and then after a time, they put you under and then they amputate your arm. You wake up and it's gone. So it's traumatic, but they eased you into it. And just coming straight off 20 milligrams is like you come in to talk about stuff, they knock you back on the table and start hacking at your arm with a meat cleaver right there. No chance to get ready for anything, no chance to even get any sort of pain meds inside you, just that thick is coming off in it. So yeah, I taper the last stuff. So, some point today, I am going to take my blood pressure on the full stuff because I've got to see if it's bad. Yesterday, oh my gosh, I felt a big change. I had talked about how maybe it was, anatomical because I normally hold a lot of stress in my shoulders and my neck. And if I'm doing stuff here at my computer, I can get stuff, really tight up there. And I get stress headaches because my chair used to fall backward. And then I have to lean my head and just, bad. So yesterday, I was sitting up as straight as I could, trying to keep my head in as neutral a position as possible, and right around 8 o'clock when I started rendering my video, I felt a change. My pulse did not go up, but all of a sudden, I felt it go thump, my heartbeat, and it hurt inside of my head, and it hurt all day. I had a headache. I felt that change. It was not good. So I'm hoping that's not spiking blood pressure. So here's hoping. We shall see. Going to be checking my blood pressure as the day goes by. Now, the first part of the day, I'm not really going to be able to do that. And the second part of the day is going to be, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing for a video yet. Because yesterday, I remembered, I've been telling people, go out, get vaccinated for the Covfefe bug. That was a total failure of my ability to speak English. I had forgotten, had not remembered the day that there was open enrollment for getting the vaccinations in Washington State. So because I couldn't remember the exact day, I went and checked to see if open vaccinations were there, and they are. From the 16th onward, everybody in Washington State is eligible to get vaccinated. So I went to the Find a Place to Get Vaccinated site. There are 3 of them in three of them in Shelton. I signed up at our local hospital where I had a blood draw before. So at 10 o'clock today, I have to head off to the hospital for my 11:10 first vaccination shot for the Covfefe bug. Yay! It is the Moderna, however the heck it's pronounced, shot. So thumbs up for that. And as they point out, for people worried about the Johnson & Johnson vaccination, how some people had blood clots, you've got a greater chance of getting blood clots just by getting up and going to the bathroom than you have from getting from the vaccination. So don't worry about that. I mean, it's something to worry about, of course, but you can only make things so safe. And when it's already safer than just about anything in the world, remember, there's risk in everything. People die from taking aspirin. People die crossing the street without even being hit by cars. I mean, we're a hardy species. We're hard to kill. But at the same time, we are very complex systems, and we fall apart easy too. When things cascade out of control, they cascade out of control. Because as soon as one system falls apart, it drags down the next, and then that is just a whole stack of dominoes falling apart in every direction. So, thumbs up for that. Now let's see what else I have on my list. Oh yes, my pulse is staying very, very low, but I have a feeling, just because of the ADHD, that the methylphenidate, the Ritalin, is helping to keep my pulse low. I mean, all day yesterday, no matter what my blood pressure felt like up in my head, it was low. My blood pressure is still under 60. I mean, it's been under 60 for a long time, but this morning when I took my blood pressure, my pulse was 57. So the stimulant is stimulating my system. I'm shaky, I've got a lot of energy, but it's not ramping up my system for speed. Thumbs up? Let me see what else I have on here. Oh yes, it's about how I used to record a lot of walkies videos. Now I don't record as many walkies videos. And there's a couple of reasons why. I sort of talked about this on a walkies video that I finally was able to make. It's a shorter one, But I've got a lot of issues with this now. One of them is because I've been recording so often, and Shelton is a small town, I've kind of recorded every place that I walk. There's not a whole lot of places to go. I mean, there's a ton of places to go. And even as I mentioned in my latest recording, which I need to edit, a lot of the thing is I don't want to walk through residential urban neighborhoods where there's just people living, because that's people living. They don't need someone coming up and recording their houses. If there's businesses around other houses, well, that's more fair game, and I'll record myself walking past residential areas if there's businesses around. But if it's just a residential neighborhood, I don't want to record. Again, they don't need that. They don't need some person coming through and recording their houses and the like. There's no need for that. Of the places that are not residential, sure, there are a fair amount, but also there's a lot of traffic on a lot of the roads. And the roads in Shelton are stupid. There are three main parts of Shelton. There is Southern Shelton, there is Downtown Shelton, and there is Northern Shelton. If you're in Southern Shelton, I live in Southern Shelton, there are like 2 roads to get from Southern Shelton to Downtown Shelton. That's it. I mean, I'm not even talking about other access from side roads and stuff, because there aren't. There are 2 roads. And so they're loud. If you go down those roads, it's loud. So you can go on the main roads, or you can not go to Downtown Shelton. So if I'm recording myself going to Downtown Shelton, I've got to go along the main roads. There are some other places you can go. Like there's a way to get through the woods that takes you to the main road. There's no way to get past the loud roads if you want to get to Downtown Shelton. Now in Downtown Shelton, once you're there, you can go a ton of places, and that's fine. There are roads out of Shelton, but to get to Northern Shelton from Downtown Shelton, there are 2 roads. And if you don't go on one of those 2 roads, you don't go to Northern Shelton. Unless you take one of those outer roads that there's one that, about 5 miles or so, it comes back into Shelton. Or you can go, a little bit further south and get onto the actual highway and take that. And there's another highway. Oh, there's the freeway, I-9, 101, US 101. And then there's maybe it goes by the highway, I-5. It's just, it's a mess. So there's 2 roads to get to Northern Shelton, and they're loud. So I can't do a lot of recording during the daytime for a lot of these main roads, which are the only ways to travel from the parts of Shelton to the other parts of Shelton. It's frustrating, and I want to record more, but I don't know what to record because I've recorded the areas I go so much. There's not really a whole lot left to show in Shelton. And what with the sizable homeless population, and unfortunately we have some people that are quite ill up here that are out on the streets living there. You don't want to, number one, it's rude, and number two, you don't want to interrupt, and wander onto somebody's property if you're out traipsing on trails. So that's not exactly safe that way either. So I want to record, I'm just not quite sure what to record. Yay. I do have more on my list. Not a whole lot, though. In fact, that's pretty much it. So, son of a gun, I've talked... Well, there is the bone-hurting juice world. I have been thinking about that still. So, that's good. And hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to talk more on that. Definitely a thumbs up. Because I have opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. And I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to go through afterward and read them, thumbs up each one I do, answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow. The ADHD and meds are helping with that, so thumbs up. But so right now I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Thank you very, very much. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I am an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression and mourning and partially at least treated ADHD, it's hard to remember things. So let me open up my Chrome, because even though I hate Chrome, everybody in the world uses it. Ugh. Frank Chantereau, greatly appreciated. Night Sister, thumbs up and thank you. Ghost Girl, greatly appreciated. Nando Rice Charuti, always good to see you in the comments, my friend. Tekadon, thumbs up. Julian Anderson, greatly appreciated. We have Christopher Thomas, thumbs up. Florian94, thumbs up and thank you. Ace Moreno, greatly appreciated. Now, I don't know if I turned the number before I spoke or if I coughed before I changed the number. So, Thomas DeMonda, thumbs up and thank you. We have Colin Reisner. I'm not here. Yes, I am. I've forgotten where I was counting. Nicolo Nervi, thumbs up and thank you. Crystal Phillips, greatly appreciated. Parzival942, thumbs up. Ricky Bettini with the daily reminder to live every day to its fullest. And that is it. Thumbs up and thank you. Those that left me comments, it is greatly appreciated. Get me out of my head into the world dealing with real people, if only in text, and it is appreciated. Now, I am an introvert, but I do need some human contact. Thumbs up. If you go check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out financially without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. If you'd like to help me out without sending any money at all, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well, where hopefully I will have updated it to have things like Reptisand and hamster food and hamster bedding and cat food. If you could check it out, that would be very cool. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be definitely an awesome thing. Thank you so very, very much. And of course, the duck head of scorn. Even though it is not even deigning to look us in the eye anymore, it feels so much scorn. Even though it wears the grand and powerful artifact, the lobster hat, it still wields its scorn as a weapon only because that is its only tool available to it. It wishes the best for us. It only has negative reinforcement to use. Somewhere out there, the horse head of encouragement is seeking its lost throne. So weather the storm, my friends. Weather the storm. And of course, Black Lives Matter, and good golly, Miss Molly, stop Asian hate. Ugh. And during these very hard times, try your best to stay as safe and creative as is humanly possible. Hokey smokes, especially if you live in a third world country like the United States. If you don't have to go out, please don't go out. If you do, wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, maintain your social distancing, and if you can, if it's available, if you can go out and get it, please go get vaccinated. It is a very good thing. I'm getting my shot today. I talked about that. Definitely a thumbs up. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a definite thumbs up. How far? Do we really need to keep this one going?